Let's go, let's go, let's go! Yes! There you have it, there you have it. There you have it. We love you! We love you! Yes!
Let's go! Let's go!
Yes!
Yeah, let's go!
Yes! We love you, man! Thank you so
Thank you,
much
Pat.
for your
Thank
sacrifice!
you.
Thank you for your
We
sacrifice!
love you!
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Oh, sorry. Yo! Pat King is a free man! Boom! There he goes! Pat King! Pat King! Yes! Freedom! Freedom!
There he goes.
Off into the distance. We love you, brother.
Wow.
Thank you.
I want every single person across Canada to know what I have in my possession right here. All right, so Mr. Conrad Lamadeleine, important and urgent. And the date, February 11th, 2022. It says, Mr. Patrick King, the Conservative made you a request that you clear the borders, and they are right. On Monday, there will be massive layoffs and millions of dollars will be lost. The government had a special meeting with the province, and this weekend it will turn ugly. You have an opportunity that can make you a hero if you give the order to your truckers to clear the bridge at the border. You will be respected a lot. Coming from you, the public will respect you as a leader, as a man that can take decisions and work for the cause of freedom for all and the world as well.
Freedom for us all.
Your next move, you can tell the people that they need a new government, and it would be named the National Party or the Canadian Party. A name that would represent Canada and freedom.
Freedom?
The new generations is tired of the liberal and conservative, liberals and conservative, and want a strong leader. You are that person. Form a party, and you could be the next prime minister. You may have to share, though. Your timing to act is now, this weekend.
So we got the new Prime Minister here.
So the new Prime Minister of Canada, or do we tell the boys to hold the fucking line and don't you move?
You hold that line.
You hold that line. You do not move. You do not move. The amount of millions of dollars that they have taken from the Canadian citizens, from each hard-earned worker, business worker, personal business owners, entrepreneurs, all you people out there that have suffered long enough from these guys. They're telling you to back off the border because the billionaires might lose a couple $1 billion.
Good.
It's time you put that shoe back on that foot and realize what it's like to wear a pair of fucking work boots. It's time you oligarchs get used to being on the bottom of the level, and you might have to buy craft dinner and ketchup to fucking survive. It's time to toss that turn. It's time, guys. We have them on the brink. The fulcrum's right here. We've got them right here, and it's about to go. We got them, guys. We got him, guys.
We do.
You have a Mason begging me to save his business, to save his friend's business, because I could be a leader. I don't want to be a leader. I want to be the person on the ground that helps everybody else. There's nothing about being a leader in any of this. This is about each individual person taking that power back and putting it back in their souls and using that voice and let your inner lion roar. That's what it's about.
Freedom.
It's about time Canada gets a pair of balls and stands up. And if you think for 1 second that I'm going to tell them men and women at all those other places to back off, you got another thing coming. I cannot be bought off. I cannot be swayed. I cannot be bribed. And that's why you hate me the most.
Freedom.
That's why you hate me the most. You know I can't be swayed, and you never will. Weight on the bridge of the concerns. The weight on the bridge. Those bridges take that weight. They're designed for that. My God. It's not me that's leading this. It's those folks out there that are standing on the front lines. It's you men and women that are putting in the legwork and holding that line. You are the ones that are making these people send me letters that saying, please, Pat, please tell them to step away. We're not hurting our people. We're hurting the billionaires. The ones who have the ability to change this world. To that billionaire, that millionaire, whoever you are. You know what, sir? If you have the opportunity to change the world, would you take it? With all those billions and millions of dollars that you have, isn't it not your job to make sure that the rest of humanity is taken care of? If you're not going to do your job, step aside and let the humble fucking Canadians do it for you.
Read up.
It's our duty. When our government is tyrannical, it is a patriot's duty to protect its citizens from its government. And that's what we're doing, baby. And we're doing it without even raising a fist. We're doing it without even marching. We're doing it with our hearts, and we're doing it with our mind. We're doing it with our God-given ability to be
Free.
energetic people blessed by the Creator and God.
To reside with a surety in Alberta, to be employed under a surety, to have no contact or communication with Freedom Convoy leaders and stakeholders, Barber, Leach, Fulford, Benjamin Dichter, James Bowder, Tyson Billings, Owen Swiderski, Tom Razzo, and Brian Carr. I always find these lists kind of interesting because some of these names, like I don't know who Owen Swiderski is, and don't know who Brian Carr is either, but apparently he can't hang out with them. And yeah, sad to see Tyson's name on there. I know that was a big hit to both of them, that they're not going to be able to see each other after both spending all this time in prison. They can't even hang out socially. Can't even just get together. No protesting or public assembly specifically related to COVID, the Freedom Convoy, or anti-government demonstrations. So he is not allowed to even protest. He's not allowed to even protest the government at all. So even if it's nothing to do with pandemic or Freedom Convoy, he is banned from taking part in any public assembly or protest related to anti-government. No social media in any form, no posting messages or having others post on his behalf. He must deactivate the Real Pat King website, Facebook page, and other social media accounts within 48 hours through a surety or counsel. No giving interviews, including on social media. So yeah, that's listed in the conditions. So can't even give an interview. To abide by a curfew of 10 to 6, unless he's with sureties. King must provide proof to police he is with a surety if he's unavailable for a door knock check. And then posting a $25,000 cash bond. And no possession of weapons or ammunition. I mean, basically every condition you could, I don't really know what other conditions that you could get. That's basically all of them. So essentially house arrest, he has to be at home with surety, working with a surety, and then home from 10 to 6.
You are watching live.
Can't go on social media, can't even give an interview.
You are live outside the Elgin Street Courthouse. We are minutes away from the release of...
Yeah, Kirk says Justin hates social media. He sure does. And this, like I said earlier, this concern with Bill C-11 is exactly this, that he can shut us down because just like he's shutting down Pat here, he doesn't want Pat to be able to share his story. I think Justin would quite like to shut us all down, because if it wasn't for social media, none of us would have really known what was happening. I would have never ended up in Ottawa, because I wouldn't have heard a convoy was coming through. I wouldn't have known anything was happening, and basically it couldn't have happened without social media, and certainly we couldn't have got the truth of what's happening there. The reason the truth is coming out, the reason we're winning this media battle is because more and more Canadians and people around the world are finding out what really happened in Ottawa.